Geri Petito.
I'm not an addict, I'm just an ass. And in time, this too shall pass. I'm not an addict, I'm just an ass. Geri Petito taught the class. I'm not an addict, I'm just an ass. Love's the answer, the greener grass. I'm not an addict, I'm just an ass. One day at a time, free at last.
When you don't know just what to do,
Just what to do, just what to do.
if what you're feeling is really true,
Is it really true? Is it really true?
just keep your ideas safe and sound.
Safe and sound, safe and sound.
That's exactly how change is found.
Change is found, change is found. I'm not an addict, I'm just an ass. And in time, this too shall pass. I'm not an addict, I'm just an ass. Geri Petito taught the class. I'm not an addict, I'm just an ass. Love's the answer, the greener grass. I'm not an addict, I'm just an ass. One day at a time, free at last.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Geri Petito Show, guys. You know, everyone and anyone who knows me knows I am the author of I'm Not an Addict, I'm Just an Ass. I'd rather be a smartass than a dumbass. Because, guys, 32 years ago, yes, I was a dumbass. But today, 32 years later, I can honestly say now I am a smartass. Yes, the word ass is in the Bible at least 40 times, and it means donkey, and that's what I was. I'm saying all that to say this, guys. You know, we've all had the roughest few years of our lives, right? All over the world, not just here. And there are a lot of people that didn't make it, and a lot through addiction, including family and friends of mine. And I just want everyone out there to know someone is listening. Okay, I'm a recovery coach and a nutritional health coach. I'm always here. Please reach out. If anyone thinks my book can help them, because I sure do, you can go to Simon & Schuster's bookstore, Archway Publishing. It's on Amazon. It's on BAM, Barnes & Noble. It's everywhere. And guys, if you truly, truly, truly cannot afford my book but really need it, please reach out to me about that as well. Please go to my website, www.geripetito.com, and all my pages are there. You can see what's up and coming, and you can also purchase the book there. And guys, go to the Geri Petito Show YouTube channel and please subscribe. You'll see a lot of my shows there and a lot of cool things up and coming. So, having said that, all right, I've got one of my closest friends, he's like family to me, back on the Geri Petito Show. So we'll have our crazy banter and all that, but I want to give him a very cool introduction. So this man right here, Michael D'Amore, he wears many titles. He is one of the most incredible singers out there. I'm going to make you giggle a little bit here, but I always said, and this is the God's honest truth, here's Elvis. Nobody could top Elvis, right? And I always said Michael's right under him, but Michael got shafted one thing down there. Carter Rubin, he's now right under Elvis, and then Michael D'Amore, okay? Carter Rubin, the winner of The Voice. We love you, man. He's going to be another Michael D'Amore. Trust me on that. Anyway, Michael, I love you. How are you?
I'm good, sweetie. How are you?
I'm good.
My God, it's like we haven't spoken in forever.
Yeah, like yesterday. 10 minutes ago. No. So,
Oh, it's so good. It is so good to be back, and I'm sure Carter is thrilled to feel like the cream in an Oreo because he's stuck between two books.
that's right, baby. That's right.
He's a great kid. He's so talented. God bless his heart. I love him.
You know, the whole family's beautiful and what they do, right?
They are. He's got a lot of cool things going on. He just moved. He's relocated. He's got some cool things going on where he's relocating to. And I'm not giving any other information out. Everybody can follow and
That's
check out
right.
what
Well, let's say this and then we'll get into you. So, Rick Mango is his grandfather. Tell everyone a little bit about Rick real quick.
Oh, Rick is my buddy. God,
Yep.
I've known Rick so many years. Rick has been around since the discovery of fire. I'm going to get a phone call.
You are. You are.
But Rick was with Jay and the Americans. Rick is a hell of a guy. He had a major wedding band in Long Island for many, many years. And he's a buddy of mine. We're friends, and the whole family, like you said, is really cool.
And I want to mention his other grandson, okay, Jack. Tell everyone a little bit about Jack.
Anybody that knows Rick or the family, Jack is an amazing kid. And if you've seen videos of Carter, Jack's usually with him. Jack is autistic, and Rick and his family have an organization called Family in Arms,
That's right.
which is a nonprofit organization to help support kids with autism. And their mission, they actually take autistic children to Disney.
Yep.
It is an amazing organization. I'm proud that I've been able to be a tiny little part of that in the past. So yeah, Families in Arms, check them out. And when you go to the
Beautiful.
website, see everything. Make sure you have your checkbook and write them a check.
That's right. I just want to say thank you again to Rick, because when I reached out to him when Carter won The Voice and said I've got to be the one, he got that done. His daughter got the clearance from The Voice. I mean, they got that done in 48 hours for me, and those I did 2 interviews and they were amazing. We also had Jack as part of one of them. So I want to thank the family again. We love you. We both love you. So Michael D'Amore, tell everybody what's cool and new and exciting in your life right now.
Really kind of the same humdrum, every
Uh-uh.
day. We just had a baby 3
Yeah.
weeks ago. Not even 3 weeks ago. Tomorrow she will be 3 weeks old. It's amazing. My 5, soon to be 6-year-old, is getting so big, and you forget what holding a little baby feels like after 5 years until you're doing it again. So that's been really cool. I took some time off, so I've gotten to stay home and hang out with my kids and have some fun. And we've been a little sleep deprived together.
A little bit, huh?
Yeah, just a little bit. But it's just amazing. I can't complain. Happy and healthy mommy, happy and healthy baby. Everybody's doing fantastic.
Beautiful. Tell everybody a little bit about what's happening with your career right now. What's new and exciting?
Um, Not a whole lot.
Yeah.
Jerry and I bust each other's chops. Yeah, listen, I'm blessed. I say this all the time. I'm so blessed to be able to do things that I love to do. Like I mentioned, I took a few weeks off and got to hang out at home, and now the real world comes back online. This weekend, I'm flying back up to New Jersey. I'll be at the Count Basie Theater with the Capris. For those of you that don't know, I also am the lead singer of the Capris. So we're going to be doing an amazing show there. There's 7, 8 acts on that show. So that's Saturday night, Count Basie Theater, Red Bank, New Jersey. You can still get tickets if you want to come hang out with us. Then I'm flying back down, and I have some local things that are going on. Local to me is Florida. So I'll be staying down here for a little while. And then come July, the craziness starts. I'm coming back up into New Jersey. I'll be in Staten Island. I'll be in Massachusetts. I'll be in New York. Ping ponging back and forth. There's some stuff out west that's coming up that we're getting finalized. I have another cruise going out in November, which people are getting their cabins and we're making plans. And so it's all good stuff. It's I can't complain ever.
Don't ever complain. So tell us, okay, so you and I talk a lot and we've shared so much on our interviews and we have so much fun and all that. But on a more serious note, okay, for people that maybe don't really know like your personal life with music and all that when you were younger. So tell us a little bit about who all influenced you in the music industry.
So there's no short answer there.
Okay.
I come from a musical family. You grow up around it. Some of it's got to rub off. As a kid, I was always drawn to harmony. That was always, anything that had harmony in it was what I loved. I became a big fan of, Frankie Valli and For the Seasons and Bee Gees and the Stylistics. And, I have that high squeaky voice, so it kind of draws me to those groups. And because I'm a Harmony fan, I kind of regressed back through group Harmony and Motown and then into doo-wop. And I've been blessed. I've been able to perform in the oldie circuit for quite a few years. We talk about the pandemic from time to time. That was the rude wake-up call of me realizing just how much music was a part of who I am when all of a sudden I couldn't go out and do it. I think we all know those things, but we don't really understand until we experience it. But I'm blessed. I work a lot. I get to work on my own. I work with my own band. I do a track show. I sing lead for the Capris. There's a bunch of benefits I do during the course of the year. I'm writing, I'm recording, I'm releasing new things. There's all kinds of cool things.
So give us like, 30 seconds of a cappella, the Capri song. Come on, man. Let's have it. Let's have it.
Of a Capri song.
No, the Capri song.
Oh, the Capri song.
The baby.
The hard one.
Yeah, the hard one. 30 seconds. Come on.
There's a moon out tonight. Okay, we're done.
Oh my gosh.
Come to Count Basie Saturday. I promise I'll do the rest.
Amazing. Listen, come on.
Those falsetto notes, I've been doing them forever. I love them. It's a bit of a novelty, but that I enjoy doing it. I'm a bass with a falsetto.
Okay, so isn't that a little odd though?
No, I'm actually a baritone.
Okay.
That has a falsetto, so I'm blessed that I can sing.
Right.
And I enjoy doing it. Anybody that has my In Harmony album, I'm singing all of those parts. So all of the harmonies on that album, all of the instruments, I'm playing everything, I'm singing everything. It's what I love doing. It really is.
That's insane. I remember, let's give a shout out, rest in peace, Aunt Nancy, to my Aunt Nancy who introduced us, I think about her all the time and how she said, you have to let my niece interview you. And I'll never forget that. And you know what? When I first heard you, I thought, this can't be real because I love music. And of course, I know good singers. You're off the charts ridiculous because you can do so much.
And I love you for saying that. I don't thoroughly agree with you. I'm confident in what I do, but there's a lot of people that do it just as well and better. And when you say when you first heard me, are you referring to hearing recordings of me or the first time you heard me live?
No, when I first heard your recording. And then I was
the first time you heard me live, you thought I was somebody else.
That's right. No, the recording. And then when I met you and then been to one of your shows and then had you live in studio, I mean, you're just amazing. So
listen, thank you. And it's very humbling and I'm thrilled that people enjoy it. I really am. And I'm thrilled that I get to do something I love. But there's a lot of guys that are doing amazing things.
Listen, I'm not saying there's not a lot of amazing artists out there. Okay, I'm not saying that. They all know. They're incredible artists out there. But you just your range is so crazy. I think that's what gets me. That you can go from this to this and back down to this and over here, and it's just unbelievable.
Well, it's a question I get asked a lot, and more often than not, the question is, how do you do it? And the truth is, I can't answer that. I've done it my whole life. It's just natural for me. There's quite a few people that have that range, and then there's a whole bunch that have that range and then some, and I'm so jealous. I mean, there's so many people I admire that are just so unbelievably talented. And I'm a fan. I mean, I'm a musician, I'm a vocalist, but I'm also a fan, there's a lot of people. As we're talking, as we were setting up, I got a call from Brian Brigham from the Modern Gentleman.
Okay.
From California. These guys were Frankie Valli's background singers forever, and they're out touring, and I get to meet people like that and hang out and do shows.
So cool.
It's fun.
And it was because of you that I got to hug Willie Winfield.
Yes, I forgot about that.
Yes, I'll never forget about that.
What theater was that in?
That was where you're going to be.
Count Basie?
Yes, it was in Count Basie.
Count Basie. Okay.
Yes. And,
this is, by the way, this is very subdued for you and I. You realize that. We're usually off the charts. People that know us, we're like really calm today. I'm not exactly sure.
It'll get there. It'll get there. But so they got the name signed. They got the street name named after Willie, and I'm gonna be interviewing Tina about that.
When is that? That happened already?
I think it's gonna be August or September. It could be July, something like that. I don't have my book with me, but I'll let you know. So it's very cool. So you know what? I think we should play one of your songs right now. Do you want to talk about it first, Michael?
Yeah, yeah. Let
Okay.
me set this up.
Okay.
It's the short version of this. I've been singing this song a long, long time, and probably about 3, 4 years ago, I went into the studio and I kind of played around with it and I redid it, and I've been performing it for years in my one man show. I finally got it together and I released it about a month ago. The cool part is when I was recording this, my daughter was 2, and I had her in the studio and I'm working, and the 2-year-old is singing with me and playing around. And I pulled the mic out and we had a conversation, and I did it while tape was rolling. And I recorded the conversation, and I was able to catch snippets of what at the time my 2-year-old was saying. And I cut it all up and I moved it into portions of the song. And I'm re-releasing this today. This is
Today.
the first time anybody's going to hear this.
The
Right
debut right here on the Geri Petito Show, guys.
So this is available on my website as of 15 minutes ago. It has not been for sale. It has not been released. So if you want to go to the website, it's michaelbmore.com. Go to the store, and you're looking for Daddy's Home, which everybody knows the tune. And you're going to see 2. One is Daddy's Home. That's the one I released a few weeks back. But this is Daddy's Home Melodies Mix. And this is my 2-year-old on the recording with me. And I got to tell you, it took me months to get through working on this because I couldn't do it with a dry eye. So I'd work on it a little bit and I'd get all choked up and I'd have to walk away, and then I'd work on it. But this is the product. And I finally decided, you know what, maybe it's time. Let's go ahead and put it out. So for the first time on air,
Woo.
you get to play it.
Yay! All right, producer, let's have it.
I love you when you're home.
You're my love, you're my angel, you're the girl of my dream.
I missed you.
And I'd like to thank you for waiting patiently. Daddy's home. Your daddy's home to stay.
I'm so glad you came home, Daddy.
How I've waited for this moment to be by your side. Your best friend wrote and told me you had teardrops in your eyes. Your daddy's home.
I missed you, Dad.
Your daddy's home to stay.
I love you, Daddy.
It wasn't on a Sunday,
Dad, can we play?
and it wasn't on a Tuesday afternoon.
Dad, can we go outside?
No matter what the day is, I made a promise to get home soon. Oh, how I've waited for this moment,
I love you, Daddy.
just to be by your side. Your best friend wrote and told me you had teardrops in your eyes. Daddy's home. to stay.
Mommy, Daddy's home.
Your daddy's home to stay.
I want to sing with you, Daddy.
Daddy's home to stay. Not 1,000 miles away.
I love you so much.
First of all, how did you get through that? Okay.
Yeah. Not easy.
That was amazing. That was beautiful. Wow.
You know, when I work on things like that, and it took me a long time to be able to work on, and then I was able to work on listening to it. It's emotional, you know. It's cool, and she's too. And the cool part is she loves hearing it. She loves hearing
I'm sure.
recording. And I did a cruise last November, and I brought her on stage during the concert. She sang it with me. She actually sang the song. She didn't do the spoken word, but she didn't. She's 2 years old on this recording, and it's of all the things I've recorded and released, that's probably my favorite.
I don't blame you. So how's mom when mom hears it?
Mom is good. Mom has heard it. You know, anybody that's ever lived with a musician, I'm sorry.
Yes, I was married to a drummer. I get it.
Okay, yeah. You know, my recording studio is in my home. So they are, for the most part, earshot of what I'm working on. So, you know, when you live with a musician, if you never heard a song before, inside of 2 weeks, you will be able to sing that song word for word because working on it, you listen to it over and over. So, yeah, she knows every word. Mom knows every word. Mom could probably sing it in 3 different languages.
Oh
She's
my
heard it
gosh.
so much.
It's amazing. So, all right, let's have a little fun now. So,
Okay.
let's tell everyone the first time I got the phone call from you, Aunt Nancy. So, I'm going to preface this, wait, and then you tell it. My Aunt Nancy from Staten Island calls me up and says, I'm getting you 2 interviews. She says, one is with Michael D'Amore, he's incredible, blah, 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 blah. And the other one is with Frankie Valli's brother, okay, Bobby Valli. And Bobby's going to be calling you in a few minutes. I gave them both your number. My phone rings in 5 minutes. Go ahead, Michael.
You know, so she's missing the important part, and
Oh, here
I'm
we
going to
go.
throw you under the bus. I'm sorry.
All right.
If you've ever spent any time with Jerry or spoken with Jerry, you realize a couple of things very quickly. Number one, she's nuts, okay, which is why we're such good friends. She's insane. She's borderline absolutely insane. She's bubbly and she's crazy. And everybody I've ever introduced to her, I have always said the following, and that is, listen, she's completely nuts. She's out of her mind, but she's about as real as you're ever going to meet a person. And that's the truth. So we get along great, but she is over the top sometimes. So I call, and she picks up, and I said, can I speak to you? Oh my God, how are you? I'm glad you called me. And she's all excited and she's bubbly. And then she says, can I ask, how's your brother? I don't know why. Isn't this Bobby? Bobby who? Bobby Valli. So this is how Jerry and I met.
Yes.
But she is totally over the top. But she is quite real, and I love her dearly, and she knows that. You know, and a lot of times when we do these interviews, I normally preface it by saying we're friends and we talk all the time. So sometimes her and I will go off on a tangent and joke about things that might not make sense to the rest of the world. We're very calm today. Why are you so confident, Jerry?
So somebody wanted to say hello to you, and he's doing a gig. So he can't really call in, and he wanted to. Our Frankie Sweets. Facebook knows him as Frank Perry, okay?
Frank Perry. Frankie's a nut. He's a whack job. I love him.
Yes.
He's an amazing keyboard player. He's a hell of a guy. And we've actually done interviews together on this woman's show that I don't know how it ever got on the air.
Okay. Frankie Sweets, guys, is to me the coolest, most incredible, fun keyboard player of all time. That guy's played the keyboard with his butt, with his feet, with his head. Okay? Listen, Michael could attest to that, right?
Because that's what Frankie's resume, that's how he wants it to read. I play the keyboard with my butt.
Yes, that's right. That's right.
He's just a great guy. He's over the top talent. He really is. But he is your typical sarcastic, funny
New Yorker.
Yeah. So every time we get together, it's I remember the first time we were together, we just couldn't seem to go home. And I remember leaving with my stomach hurting and my cheeks hurting because we laughed for hours.
Till we in the morning.
Yes. And folks, listen, I say at every concert, I say at every show, if we're not having fun, we're doing it wrong. You know, that's
Right.
what it's about. And you know, the people I keep in my life are you know, people that we have fun. We enjoy. There's enough real BS to have to deal with. We might as well enjoy the rest of it.
So I'm going to ask you for another 45 seconds of
You're asking
my
for a
favorite song that you sing. Come on.
Hit the road, Jack.
No.
No?
Come on. Come on.
Does it have something to do with a name?
Yeah.
Donna, Donna.
No.
Not that.
Nope.
Sherry, baby.
Jerry, baby.
Jerry, can you come out tonight?
Heck yeah, baby. So, what's funny about that is Michael has sung that at his shows in front of his people in the restaurants when I'm there, whatever, and then of course, you know, I do my nonsense and they know it's about me. But I always laugh and say, who the heck was that Sherry chick anyway? Because Michael, there was no Sherry chick. I thought
I think Bob Gaudio might have something to say.
Well, no, because I found out that they didn't write that song about a Sherry that they knew.
There was a couple of other names first before it became Sherry.
Yeah. So funny, right? So it's now Jerry, baby, guys.
It'll be whatever you want it
That's
to
right,
be.
baby.
Anybody who knows you knows it's going to be whatever she wants.
So what else is going on? Hey, what's happening in Florida as far as like, you know, shows and stuff? You got a lot going on over there?
There's a bunch of things. I have a bunch of local stuff. I'm trying to travel a little bit less this year.
Okay.
I have a newborn at home.
Right.
I don't want to be on the road as much. In 2022, 42 flights, 20,000 driven miles. And again, I understand it's part of what I do. It's the only part I do not like. You know, being away from home and traveling is rough. Singing is fun. So I'm trying to scale it back a little bit. So there will be some local things. I'll be in Naples, Florida next week. I'll be in Cape Coral, Florida next week. And then I'm coming back to Jersey in July. I want to mention those shows.
Yeah.
I'm coming back. I'm originally from New Jersey. If you're seeing me for the first time, and
I've got my tickets. Me and Ruben will be there.
I'm coming back. As a matter of fact, if I can find the flyers here, I will put these things up on the screen.
Yep.
And they can see them right there.
There
So I'm
you
going to
go.
be coming up in July. I should probably get my logo out of there. Like so. Okay. So July 8th, I'm going to be in Paramus at the Paramus Elks Lodge. There's a phone number on there. I don't know if you can see it because I cannot. 917-620-4309. So you can get tickets for that. And this is where I'm from. I'm from northern New Jersey. So I'm looking forward to seeing a whole lot of people that I have not seen in a very, very long time. There's a lot of people that message me during the course of the year, asking me when I'm coming back. So that's it. And then I'll be in Staten Island on the 9th. It's a dinner show at Villa Paradiso. I'll be there, and the next night I'm in concert with the Capris on the 10th, and then flying back. 2 weeks later, I'll be in Holyoke, Massachusetts, on the 18th and the 19th. That's by myself, and there's tickets available for those shows as well. I'll be in Boca Raton October 5th. I will be somewhere else instead. Oh, Let East. I'm going to be in Long Island, New York, August 30th. I'll be at Let East Parsippany Hilton Hotel, which is a huge oldies convention. On September 1st and 2nd, I will be there. I have another private thing on the 3rd. So all cool things. The key here is my website. And if Ruben can get that website up on the screen for me, I'd appreciate that. It's michaeldiamore.com. Everything is there. The song you heard is available for purchase on my website for an amazing $1.99. I'm sorry. I have 2 kids now. I have to put them through college. For that download, and I'm getting notifications, so I may actually be able to announce during the course of this show who the first person was that purchased it. If I get my notifications quick enough. So it's all cool stuff. I mean, the key is the website. Go to michaeldiamore.com. The songs are there, the videos are there, my schedule is there, tickets to cruise. I have another cruise going out November. Okay, Geri, I love you.
Yes.
What's the date? November 12th to the 19th.
There you go.
That's the flyer for the cruise. So by all means, you can come. And for those of you that did not know, I mentioned Let East. If you look at that right there, I'm going to squeeze my face right
Woo!
there. Okay. If you look at that lady on that flyer, that would be the one and only Miss Geri Petito, who we're talking to. She's going to be MC for the evening. Michael Zandman will be opening for me. He's a hell of a guy. He's super talented. And then I'll be there doing what I do, and we'll be having fun. That's a big oldies event. And they're running this special till the 31st, if you could see it on that flyer. And that is, if you buy the concert ticket, they're going to waive the general admission, which is a $20 savings per person.
Oh, cool.
So all you do is show the concert ticket at the gate, and they will let you in without the general admission. So
Cool.
if you're going to come, don't miss out on that by all means. I'm going to take these flyers down, but yeah, you'll see me. You'll see Mike Zaman, and Miss Petito will be there as well. And you get to hang out with all of us.
Well, I want to say a little something about our Zanman. So, when I met Michael Zanman a few years back, it was at one of Ken Ryan's shows at a restaurant. Him and Linda were doing. And I only gave my card to 2 people that night, Michael, and he was one of them.
Mm-hmm.
And I freaked out. And you know how I'm over the top, like you say, right? Well, I was over the top. And because of his energy and he was just so much fun, the entertainment part of it. So here we are today now, and he's going to be opening up for you, Let East. We love you, Zan, man.
You know, I've met Michael on several occasions, but I have to be honest, I've only really gotten to know him in the last couple of months. He's a hell of a guy.
He is.
You know, he really is. You know, he'd been to a few shows that I had done. I remember bringing him up to sing one night, in I believe I was in Long Branch, if memory serves me right. And he's very talented, and he's always been, you know, very pleasant, but I really never got a chance to get to know him. The last couple of months, I've gotten to know him, and he's just a hell of a person.
He is.
And he's very talented, and, you know, he takes what he does very seriously, yet he has fun. So I'm looking forward to this because, you know, he's just a good guy. He's good energy. He's fun to be around. And, you know, again, it goes back to that same thing I keep saying. If we're not having fun, we're doing it wrong. I don't want to deal with any BS that I don't have to. And I think that applies to everybody. Okay? All of that other minutia could just float away. I'm shutting it off. I don't want to know it. I don't want to hear it. I want to focus on the things that are important, and I want to have fun. And then we all have, you know, things in life we have to deal with, we have to take care of. We do what we have to do, but the rest of the time, I want that. So I smile.
I did a book convention kind of thing, I'm going to call it, okay, where we spoke about our books, me and 3 other people. in Michael Zaman's community where he lives in Jackson. So him and his wife, I love
Let's
her.
not give out his address on the.
Oh, listen, I love his wife as well. They're both amazing. But they came, of course, and he came early to help me and brought his Zan trolley to help me bring my books in. He was hysterical. So you know me, I know a guy, right? I know a guy. So as we're walking in, I'm like, don't worry about it. I know a guy. He's got this. He's got this. Oh my gosh, he was so funny.
No, there's no such thing as an Italian, but I got a guy.
Okay.
I
Got a guy. Got a guy, baby. Listen, you know how many people really seriously call me? And I always have the guy. Listen, I have the guy.
You're not getting an argument out of me.
Oh my gosh,
Again,
it was so
I
funny.
apologize to everybody. This is kind of how our conversations normally go. So, this isn't an interview. We're just kind of chatting, and you
Oh my gosh.
Are they able to comment on this at all anywhere?
They will be able to comment on the Geri Petito Show YouTube channel. Okay, but
So
people
is that
said
live or is that after the fact?
no, during. But people also will message me. Trust me on this. They send me messages. Okay? But I want to share something. So Michael and I are planning on doing another show in the future, but it might be X-rated as far as our language. Okay? As far as our language, listen. Okay?
Danger, Will Robinson, danger.
Okay? Listen.
I just got messages from friends of mine in Connecticut that are listening.
Okay.
First
Okay,
time.
see?
Yeah, so people are getting it. And yeah, we'll let you know about that other show.
Yeah, okay. We might be venting a lot.
It could be a 2 a.m. special
Okay.
pay-per-view.
Oh my goodness. So funny. So
Oh, I tell you.
so what else? What's happening? What else?
So what else? I mean, the schedule is the schedule. The tunes are the tunes. We got another song we're gonna
That's
play in
right.
a little bit. If you can sense a theme, the new tune we're gonna play, I released. Oh God, Jerry. 5 months ago,
Okay.
6 months, I don't remember.
Okay.
And the theme here is I wrote this for my daughter. It's just something that I've written so many things, and some things I've released, some things I've released under other names, some things I've let other people do with it. This I wrote for my kid.
What's it called?
It's called Baby We're Cool.
Baby, we're cool.
Baby We're Cool. And the byline on that tune was for every daddy and granddaddy that's ever loved playing with his children as much as I did. And that's what the song was about. I released it in the States. I released it around the world. And we all, through different sources, we all get these digital distribution packages that send to different places. I have 400 or 500 jocks that I will email a new release to see who will play it and who won't. So it got a little bit of airplay in the US. It got a little bit of airplay in the UK. It started playing in Ireland. And then all of a sudden I start getting notifications that it's playing on FM radio in Australia.
Yes.
And out of nowhere, it becomes like number 3 on the top 10 list in Australia. And folks, for those of you that are wondering how the music business works, don't think I get to retire from that. I don't, because it goes like this. And then it got there and it went, that's how it goes. But I'm thrilled. People are listening to it. People are purchasing the
Yes.
song. That, by the way, that's also available on my website. And I can see the traffic through my website of, the Netherlands, Japan, Germany, and Australia,
Yes.
and UK, and all of these people coming in and downloading things. And so that's really cool. It's very humbling, and I'm always thrilled when people enjoy or relate to things that I'm doing. But that's universal. I don't care what you believe. I don't care what you think. I don't care where people's minds are. We all love our kids. I mean, it's the one common thing. We love our kids. We want our kids to be happy and safe. We want to play with them. And that's what that song is about. So
Right.
there really is nobody on this planet that will not relate to wanting to play with their kid. And it's just me kind of pouring my heart out and having fun with it. If
All right.
Ruben's got it, you guys can play
Let's
it.
do it. Yep. Here it comes, guys.
gonna have fun. We've been best friends since before you were born. We're gonna make noise, act a fool. We'd rather make a mess than go to school. Don't tell your mama just what we do, 'cause baby, we're cool. We lock it outside and play till dark. Whether in the backyard or maybe at the park, you might run around or kick a ball. You can run like the wind and then sometimes you fall. Don't tell your mama just what we do, 'cause baby, we're cool. We can build a fort, read a book, or bang a drum. We can dance all around the house, sing at the top of our lungs. We can do a puzzle or paint cool things. Nothing better than playtime. We can put the work off for a while. I don't think that mama would mind. There's nothing better to start my day than waking up with you and I am ready to play. We might get loud, we might make a mess, but this is the life that I call the best. Don't tell your mama what we do, 'cause baby, we're cool. To start my day than waking up with you and I am ready to play. We might get loud, we're gonna make a mess, but this is the life that I call the best. Don't tell your mom what we've done, 'cause she's the coolest one. Go tell your mama just what we do, 'cause baby, we're all cool. Go tell your mama what we do, baby, we're cool. Oh, yeah.
Listen, I'm giving you a standing ovation from my seat, baby, okay?
I
Listen,
will take it.
you know what? I've heard that, you've sent it to me, right? And I've heard it. And I laugh every time I listen to it because I'm picturing, you know how everybody puts these funny things out on Facebook and social media? This is what it's like when mom's home with the baby. But this is what it's like when dad's home with the baby.
Oh, but that's always funny because it's so true.
It's so true.
Dads don't do things the way moms do.
Okay, no.
And dads really do things differently when mom's not around.
Oh my gosh, that's great.
I mean, listen, that's my life. I mean, who has it? I'm so unbelievably blessed.
You are.
All things being equal, I have a career I love. I have a family that's amazing. I get to hang out with really cool people and have a good time and do things like this. And, for me, that's what it's about.
So now I want you to share with everyone, talk a little bit about Cousin Brucey, what you've done, like all the different things that you've done that were really cool. Come on.
Oh, there's so many.
Yeah, but come on.
Brucey is amazing. I interviewed with him. I've done the Palisade Park reunion show a couple of times. My God. As a matter of fact, I was singing with J.T. Carter, who's the original bass singer and founding member of the Crests.
I love JT.
Doing the J.T. Carter's Crests on the Cousin Brucey Palisade Park reunion over at Giant Stadium at the fair. On the same show with the Capris when Wayne was still alive. And I knew Wayne, but I had never known the other guys. We were on that show together. That's where I met them. I was on the Palisade Park reunion show. I get to hang out with and spend time with and chat with some really cool people. And it's just a blessing. I just spoke with Brian Hyland.
Yep.
A couple of days ago. Brian's a sweetheart.
Yep.
You all remember Sealed with a Kiss. And
Yep.
Itsy Bitsy Teeny Weeny
Yeah.
Yellow Polka Dot. Like, who doesn't know these songs? I mean, there's so many. And again, I've never been in my career. I've never been starstruck. You know, I'm an admirer of people's work, and there's a lot of things I really love. But getting to hear stories of what happened behind the scenes and what was, I tell a story all the time. I got to meet and become friends with Terry Sylvester. Terry took Graham Nash's place in the Hollies.
Yep.
He toured with the Hollies for quite a few years.
Yep.
Um, and Terry tells the story in the show that they were offered He Ain't Heavy, He's My Brother, and said that their management didn't want them to release it. He said, you know, you guys sing fun songs and upbeat songs, and we're not going to let you
Okay.
sing a love song like that. And they fought and they fought. And one of the things that they said to them was nobody in the group played the piano well enough to record He Ain't Heavy, He's My Brother. So they hired a piano player named Reginald to come in and play the piano. Elton John.
Okay.
They hired Elton John.
Okay. Think about
Elton
it.
John
Okay.
to play, you know. So you get to hear stories like this,
Yeah.
conversations like this. That's what's really cool for me, is to see, you know, other people's careers and cool things that they've done.
I do get starstruck. You know that.
No, not
Okay.
you.
I interviewed all three of them. Brian Highland, I mean, listen, JT Carter, right? Sylvester. Here's the funny thing about Brian Highland. As I'm doing his interview, I'm cracking up laughing, okay? Picturing the itsy bitsy teeny weeny when he's saying, listen, I do get starstruck, okay? So funny.
But you know what? They're all great guys, you know, and the stories, the things that guys have gone through in their career, the travel stories, the certain shows, the who they were with at what point and what time, and you know, that's very interesting. That's always a lot of fun.
Yep.
That part I enjoy. I mean, I really do enjoy talking and hearing, you know, the behind the scenes things that a lot of people would never get a chance to hear.
Yeah.
And you know, it's kind of funny that I blinked and they became my colleagues. You know, like when did that happen? You know, I'm still trying to make it. I'm still trying to get there. I'm going to be forever working and trying to make it better and go somewhere with it. And along the way, I get to meet people like this.
What about the PBS special?
So I did the PBS special. My God, that's got to be almost a year already
Yep.
since that's released. It's still airing nationally. It's called Doo-Wop, Pop and Soul, I believe. It's a TJ Lubinsky music special. And everybody always asks me, when is it coming on? And the truth is, I always know where it was the day after, because people will watch it and I'll wake up and there'll be 4 emails from Ohio. And the next day I'll wake up and there'll be emails from Seattle. And, you know, so I always know the day after where it aired the night before. And it's always very cool. You know, it's very humbling that people are seeing it and taking the time to type in my name and look me up, and they're finding me and they can email me, you know, so that's how they get a hold of me. I'm blessed. I'm not going to argue. Like I said, I get to do things like this.
This is so cool.
Like you and I would have this conversation whether the cameras were on or not. This is how we BS.
This is so cool. I had
You
some.
got to hang out with quite a few people yourself, man.
Listen, I'm telling you, I'm blessed
Yeah.
too. I think about it and I'm like, because, you know, I love God and I'm like, God, how did this happen? You know, and I want to thank you because you've introduced me to so many over the years and brought me backstage with a lot of them. And so thank you, Michael, because that meant so much to me because I am starstruck.
Listen, it's my pleasure. And again, you're interviewing people. People get to hear stories, and I mean, isn't that why you've always done that? And isn't that why the Tonight Show has existed
Yes.
for as long as it has? You know, people like to see what goes on the inside.
Right.
You know, I'll be at the Count Basie Saturday. I'm back in Jersey. I'll get to see a whole bunch of people I don't get to see. In July, I'll be in Paramus
Yep.
and Staten Island. I hope, you know, I get to catch up with people because I don't live there anymore. So I hope they make it to the shows. And again, everything's on the website, michaelviamore.com.
Yep.
Call, get the number, call, buy your tickets. The tickets for Let East are available. Call, buy your tickets, and if you're coming to Let East, do it so you save the general admission, for God's sake. Not that I want to cost them money, but take the savings while it's there.
Right.
And come out and let's have some fun. I don't, in my one-man show, I'm doing 60s, 70s, 80s, pop opera, rock. I'm taking requests. We're having the Caprice is an oldie show, as it should be. That's the golden age of rock and roll. But all of those shows are listed on the website. The show in Holyoke, that's a one-man show. That'll be 60s and 70s, kind of things. But I always take requests and break people's chops and have fun.
They expect that, man.
Well, I always look at it like I'm sitting in the audience. If I'm going to get my butt off the couch and go somewhere, I want to have a good time.
That's right.
I don't want to go to a recital. I don't expect anybody else does either. So they get in and I sing a couple of songs and they say, okay, he can sing. Now what? We want to have fun. So that's what it's about.
So, all right, we have a few minutes left. So I want to ask you a couple silly questions. All right? I do.
Would these be silly questions that you've never asked me before?
I don't think I've asked you this one.
Oh, boy.
right.
Okay.
So, because I think about this stuff, and everybody else would like to hear it as well. So, when you were growing up, all right, did you have a favorite song? Is that easy for you to answer or not? Like that you sang all the time?
No.
Okay.
So what would happen? My God, I don't know why I remember these things.
Okay.
What would happen is growing up now. So to date myself, I'm doing the oldie circuit, but I'm 53 years old.
Okay.
So my teenage years were in the 80s.
Okay.
Okay. So my first singing as a child and then singing through high school, but I was blessed to sign a record deal when I was 19. I was singing Latin freestyle.
You were?
Yeah. Yeah, we had signed with J. Ellis Records, and I was doing shows with Judy Torres and Coro, George Lamont, and Brenda Kay. That's how I got into the music business. But again, harmony. There was 3 of us in the group, and we were arranging these amazing harmonies. And back then, I thought they were amazing harmonies. I didn't know, but I thought they were amazing harmonies. Fast forward many, many years, I got to work with, play keys, and sing behind Jim Yester.
Okay.
Founding the association.
Okay.
And go out and do his catalog of music. Wendy, Cherish, Never My Love, Along Comes Mary, Requiem for the Masses. I thought I knew harmony before I met that man.
Okay.
He take my ass to school. I thought I knew what I was doing. He really.
Really?
That's when I learned harmony. I thought I knew how to harmonize. I didn't know nothing until I started singing.
And how old were you again?
God.
About.
I probably wasn't 30 yet.
Okay.
I was probably like in my late 20s.
Okay.
And playing keys behind him and going to rehearsals. I was singing with a group called Yesterdays. And then we were singing with Jim and going out and doing these things. That was harmony. That was, okay, yeah, kid, you don't know nothing kind of stuff.
Wow.
So that was cool. But I do remember, and I'm trying to remember the songs. Do you remember the record label, K-Tel Records?
Of course. What are you kidding?
Okay.
I'm a little bit older than you.
Right. But that was, I didn't live through the 60s. I wish I had. I wish I had that experience.
No, so do I. Yeah.
But I remember like getting a K-Tel record and there'd be one song in the middle that I really liked and just kept picking up the needle and dropping it down,
Yes.
picking up the needle. One of them was, oh God.
Come on, I want to hear it.
You make me feel like dancing, wanna dance the night away. I remember loving that tune and just dropping the needle back. So there was never a particular song. It was the particular song of that month,
Okay.
that time. And there were so many, my God, there were so many of these, I listened to stuff like Erasure and Depeche Mode for a while, and that all that 80s. And I do some of that in the show now. I do like Jackson Brown and Journey and all of that in the one man show when I'm in the right room. So there was a lot of good music, but I do remember being fascinated by certain tunes as they came out. And my tastes were always very eclectic, so I didn't listen to one type of a thing. But falsetto voices
Love
and
it.
anything harmony.
I
is
love it.
What I was drawn to.
That's so cool.
Anything the Bee Gees did.
Yeah, forget it.
like the Saturday Night Fever soundtrack was cool, but they had so many. Nobody gets too much heaven no more. It's much harder to come back. I'm waiting in line. You know, all of those cool songs. So it just depended on, let's call it the flavor of the month.
Okay.
Whatever was popular.
No, very cool. All right.
Yeah.
So we've got a couple more minutes. Before we end, I'm going to have you also give your website again and all that stuff. But here's my next question to you. Okay? So in school, growing up in school, did you walk through the hall singing? Did you have all the girls like, going crazy?
All right. So grammar school was interesting because I would play guitar. You know, I played basketball, and I was a basketball player before high school. I was a basketball player in high school. But while everybody else was playing ball, I'd be sitting out in front of my house with a guitar in my hand, and I'd be strumming and I'd be singing. People would be walking by, and I could care less. Then there were romantic interests, and I realized that came in really handy.
Yes, it does.
So I absolutely utilized that to my benefit. Being very general here. And then in high school, I sang in high school. I did things in high school. There was a point where I started singing with a cover band when I was 16. And I was playing 4 or 5 nights a week.
Oh.
And being excused from a lot of my morning classes in high school. You know, as long as I took my exams and my tests, and I was an honor student, thank God. So they let me go ahead, go perform, you know. So it was interesting to be able to do that. And that was, again, till this day, I don't think there's a show I do that I don't learn something from.
Okay.
I'm a perpetual student. I learned a lot doing that in those years. And you know, I say this all the time. I'm very lucky that along the way, I've had some really, really great people that entered my life or my career and kicked me dead in the butt
Okay.
and said, "Hey, kid, you're doing it wrong,"
Okay.
and straightened me out real fast.
Okay.
So this is why, you know, anytime I have up and coming, you know, vocalists, singers, artists that ask for advice, I'm more than happy to give it if I have it to give. If I think I have a clue as to what to say, I'll tell them. Because I had a lot of people that helped me along the way, and you know, I'm a nobody doing something I love, but at the same time, I'm the wealthiest guy in the world. That I get to do something I love. I get to support my family doing it.
Yeah.
So, you know, I'm never going to be a musical icon. I don't need to be. I've got the game beat. But that's because I've had some people along the way that really taught me how it should be done. Not that my way is the only way. You know, there's 100 ways to do this, I'm sure. My way works for me. You know, and like I said, I get to raise a family and support my family and do something I enjoy doing.
Amazing.
I'm blessed.
You are. And you are an icon to me. So, Michael, before I close, I would like you to tell everyone again your website and anything else you want them to know. There it is. Say it now also.
It's www, and we don't have to do that anymore because everybody knows, but I do it anyway. It's my name. It's michaeldiamore.com with no apostrophe. And, you know, for whatever tickles your fancy, you want to listen to music, it's there. You want to buy the tunes, it's available. There's videos up there. You want to check my schedule. You want to get tickets to a show. You want to make reservations for a dinner show. You want to email me. Whatever you want to do, everything's on the website. So, there's a lot of time and effort that goes into making sure that stays that way. So it's available to everybody. So visit the website, look around, listen to some things, shoot me a note. If you like what you're hearing, please send me a note. If you don't like what you hear, send a note to Jerry.
That's right. Send it here, baby. Come on, I'll straighten this guy out. Don't worry about it.
But that's why we spend so much time on it. The hardest part of what I do, what any entertainer does, is letting people know where we're going to be. The hardest conversation I have all the time is I get home on a Sunday and they go, "Oh, we live 10 minutes from where you were last night. We wish you knew. We knew you were going to be there." When you get to my website, very important, parentheses, brackets, blue box pops up. Join my mailing list.
There you go.
There's a name and an email. It puts you on my mailing list. I send 1 or 2 out a month telling you everything that's coming up and where I'm going to be. So make my life easy. Find me on social media, but join the mailing list. That's the easiest way to keep up to date with everything, like the fact that this song was just played on the Geri Petito show and is now available on my website.
So, guys, you heard it here. The debut of that song right here on the Geri Petito
Right here.
Show. Yes.
Never aired before today, and I just posted
Yes.
it for sale right before we went live.
Oh, my
So,
gosh. Thank you for that honor, Michael. Are you kidding me? We will also be on iHeartRadio next Tuesday night at 9 p.m., guys. That's right. So listen to iHeart. We'll be putting
We
that
probably
ad
should
out.
have said that earlier in the event that we were going to be on iHeart.
iHeartRadio. Well, it's in the ad and everything. So yes,
Okay.
we will be on iHeartRadio. So it's so cool, Michael. I love you. Thank you for this incredible show again. I always love hanging out with you, man. Give your babies hugs from me, and of course the mommy. I love you.
I will.
And
Love you too.
one last thing, guys. This guy right here. Please, please, please go to his website, okay? Because it is a show you don't want to miss if you've never seen him live. Okay? Please, please, please. I'm going to be at the Paramus Elks. That's in July, right, Michael?
That is Saturday, July 8th.
Okay, so come on out,
In
okay?
Paramus. So
Come
if
on
you live
out.
in the Bronx, if you live in North Jersey, if you live in Central Jersey, if you're in Staten Island, if you're in Manhattan, get your tickets. Come on out.
That's right. So, I love you, Michael. Thank you.
Love you, sweetheart. Take care. I'm sure we'll talk soon. And again, thank you everybody for watching and listening. And I get to see you all soon.
Yes. Ruben, take us out.
Ladies and gentlemen, Geri Petito.
I'm not an addict, I'm just an ass. And in time, this too shall pass. I'm not an addict, I'm just an ass. Geri Petito taught the class. I'm not an addict, I'm just an ass. Loves the answer, the greener grass. I'm not an addict, I'm just an ass. One day at a time, free at last.
When you don't know just what to do.
Just what to do, just what to do.
If what you're feeling is really true.
Is it really true? Is it really true?
Just keep your ideas safe and sound.
Safe and sound, safe and sound.
That's exactly how change is found.
Change is found, change is found. I'm not an addict, I'm just an ass. And in time, this too shall pass. I'm not an addict, I'm just an ass. Geri Petito taught the class. I'm not an addict, I'm just an ass. Loves the answer, the greener grass. I'm not an addict, I'm just an ass. One day at a time, free at last.